I'm casual.
Okay. Probably gonna need to restart it now. Take 2.
That was a bad clap.
Okay, off.
Wait, okay, we're gonna watch third down. Third down the red zone. Now we turn it off.
Can you put gel in your hair?
Not yet.
Are you going to?
Yeah.
Promise?
Yep.
Okay. We're just gonna sit up a little bit. What's up, guys? Welcome to... No. Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a special guest today. my husband, Michael. Our channel is actually titled At the Kleins, but usually it's just Jill. But you know, sometimes he makes an appearance, and only had to force him a little bit to be here and to sit and film this with me. We're actually like all dressed up because we're about ready to go to church. It's Christmas Eve, and so we're serving tonight, so we're like, might as well film this while we look, you know, a little bit presentable, not in sweatpants and sweatshirt and whatever.
Yeah.
But today what video are we filming?
Highs and lows of 2022.
I'm just proud that he remembered. Yeah, we're gonna film. We just kind of wanted to film a video. By we, I mean me, and then I forced Michael a little bit. But we wanted to film a video just kind of recapping 2022. A lot has happened in our lives, and we just wanted to kind of go over some highs in both of our lives, like individually, and some lows. And I don't even like to say lows, more like learning experiences. That's kind of how I always put it with my small group that I get to lead. We always go around the group each week and we go, what's our high of the week and what's a low of the week, or like a learning experience that maybe God walked you through. So I'm gonna start a new clip here and then we'll get into it. We will start with the highs. So we'll each give 3 highs. I would put money on it that 2 of ours are the same.
Yes.
So maybe we'll just combine those 2.
I think that'd be good.
Okay.
You can give one, I'll give the other.
Okay, I'll say the first one. No, you say the first one.
Okay. Are you okay?
You speak up a little bit.
Okay, first high of 2022. I think the obvious one is that we got married in 2022.
Yes, I would say.
Yeah. April 29th.
2022.
2022.
Yeah. Tell a little bit about it.
About the day.
Yeah, just about the day. Some like special points of the day.
Yeah.
But then also just like some special moments so far being married.
Okay. I mean, day of, it was a full day kind of thing. Jill got, you had coffee and got ready with all the girls.
Yeah, we stayed at Christina's.
The guys kind of we met for lunch, and then we got there, and the spot we were at had like a really cool little spot for all the groomsmen to hang out with games and just all sorts of stuff while we hung out and got ready.
Our wedding venue was awesome.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
We caught a little bit of rain during our ceremony.
Yeah,
a special thing, we had my grandpa do the ceremony, which was memorable. But he powered through the rain. It was a decent amount of rain, but he didn't really stop at all. We had like family members like trying to tell him to hurry up the ceremony, and it was like a little bit like, I don't want to say uncomfortable, but a little bit uncomfortable.
It's definitely uncomfortable.
But he wasn't phased, and he just kept going, and
I
he
think
did a
we
great
both,
job.
yeah.
We were both happy that he just kind of like, it was going to be what it was going to be.
He powered through it. And we both looked at each other when our family members were kind of like going a little bit crazy. We kind of both just looked at each other in that moment at the ceremony, and I think that was a special moment because we were just like, it's okay. Yeah. Like, I love you so much. It's okay. Let him go.
Yeah. But then right after, pretty much we got told you can kiss the bride, and started like walking back. The rain pretty much stopped, and it was like a perfect rest of the night.
It was kind of cool, what God did there. It was literally, the rain stopped right after we kissed, and it was sunny out, and it was just like so cool how even it rained a little bit. Like, we're gonna face challenges in our marriage, that's just reality. But no matter what, like, God's got us, we have each other, and it's gonna be okay. And that, I don't know, I thought there was like a cool little imagery in that, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, it's a good moment.
And then marriage so far.
Marriage so far. What, do you want to give something about marriage? I'll see what you have to say about it.
I think a highlight so far, which leads into my second highlight. Our
We'll
second.
just go with it. Our
Yeah.
second. No, you go with it. Okay.
Yeah, I will. Our second little highlight, it's not little by any means. We finished and we are moved into our first home. So we actually built our first home. We decided to build and we moved in August. And
Last day of July.
did we?
I thought
Okay.
it was the final day in July.
Yeah, we moved. Okay, no, you're right. We moved in the final day of July, so early August, really.
Yeah.
And we have been in our home ever since, and we have just absolutely loved it. I think that's been a highlight of marriage, is living with one another. We didn't live with each other before marriage, which was just really tough, but a decision, you know, something that we wanted to maintain and uphold, is not living with one another until we're officially married. And so it's just been the biggest blessing in the world. We host people here, we hang out with friends here, but also just like being with one another every single day. And it's the best. We're honestly just best friends. So
Yeah.
it's amazing. It feels like I get to live with my best friend forever and ever. So
Yeah.
for sure a highlight of marriage so far.
Yeah. I mean, same one for me. But
Yeah. Any other?
she puts up with having the house is great, but there are little things like she gets upset at me if I were to happen to leave my clothes on the floor, or she'll like sometimes follow me around like as I'm in the middle of still cooking dinner. I'll like there'll be a crumb from what I just did, and she'll be like, "Are you gonna get that?" It's like, "No, I mean I'm still cooking." But no, Jill does a great job like maintaining a clean house and like wanting to do that for me, and I help with some cleaning stuff. She dominates the laundry with maybe a few hiccups.
I've turned some of Michael's clothes blue, and because I threw one of his pairs of jeans into the wash with the clothes, and it was those jeans.
Revelation! It's the jeans that are way too tight now. That's the first time I've worn them since then. So she shrunk
We
my
actually
jeans
just
too.
got ready for church, and he tried putting on these dark colored jeans, and I'm like, "Oh, I love those jeans. You should wear those tonight." He tried putting them on. He goes, "These are way too tight," and I'm thinking in my head, "You just figured it out."
Yeah.
But I was thinking in my head the whole time, "Oh my gosh, those are the jeans I threw in the washer that ruined some of his clothes because they turned them blue." And also, it turns out those jeans probably shrunk.
It's all right.
Also, yeah, let's just go. So that goes into our second highlight, the house. Obviously 2022, we got to get married. That's just so great. Like, just so exciting. Literally so many answered prayers, I feel like, in 2022. My third highlight, which, do you have your own individual one?
You can go.
Okay, he's probably thinking. I said, now he's ready before the video. No, it's okay. My third highlight is actually something that's going to come into 2023, but also started a little bit in 2022. I started my online health and wellness business, health, fitness, wellness, everything like that. And that has been an extreme blessing because I have always loved health and fitness, wellness, everything of that nature. And so I've been able to connect with so many people that I wouldn't have been able to connect with if I didn't have it. But also creating and programming fitness workouts for these challenges that I'm hosting. And then the third thing is, which this goes into next year, because all of this is like, God has really just kind of aligned different things in perfect order according to him, but like I wouldn't have aligned it in that order, but now it's just all coming together, I guess. But in 2023, I will be the studio manager of an F45 that actually his sister and her husband are opening, and that is just so cool. I honestly, we thought about opening an F45 like 3 years ago before I went out to my internship in Charlotte. Timing just didn't line up, nothing, we wanted to get married first and everything like that. But that was like a prayer of mine 3 years ago, is like some type of involvement, this lighting is off, but some type of involvement with F45 and being able to run one. And this is just like, it's an answered prayer, honestly. So super excited for that, and just all the people that I will be able to connect with in that, and just lead people, and just I love the community aspect of F45, and just it's all about the people. Like, the workouts are amazing, don't get me wrong, love them, but it's like truly it's just all about the people. So yeah, that'd be my third highlight. I'm gonna move the camera because the lighting's so bad. Go to the third highlight for you. Individual highlight. You think of it? So, what would be your third highlight?
Let's see. I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's a one specific. Does it have to be one specific event?
No, it doesn't. It could be like something that God taught you, or like whatever.
I don't think we're having to see. It's gonna be a good. I think we see. Pause the camera.
We had to
Lighting change.
Yeah, we had to reposition the camera because the lighting was like the sun is setting, so it all changed. But we're good now. Michael is due.
On me.
Yeah, Michael is due for his third highlight.
All right. So my third highlight, I'd say, it's not like one specific thing, because I feel like this year has been like, the first quarter of the year was preparing for the wedding and looking forward to the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So like, then that happened in April, and then like, we enjoyed that, but then like, pretty much right after that, all the way until we moved into the house was focus on the house. So like, I was driving here a ton to help with stuff, and like, just running around doing stuff for that.
It got stressful at times.
It did. So then like the final half or part of this year is like, I'd say with the third highlight is just like being here and being like close to family, close to friends, being like finally feeling like settled in.
Yeah.
And doing things like, you know, we spend time with the family, but like being able to go golf with friends around here, being able to, you know, I like a Bible study with my grandpa and cousin every couple of weeks that's like that are close, and I don't know, just being able to spend time even with her brother and sister-in-law, like I mean, because they're around the area too, and so it's not like one specific event, but I'd say it's just like the first two happening, the marriage and the house, have led to just being able to enjoy, I'd say just generically enjoy life, but like being able to feel a little bit settled in now and spend time with people in this last bit.
There's a portion of life at the house, but if you have built a house before, you know how time intensive it is. Not even with just like selections, but we personally, his dad helped us build our house, which was such a blessing. Don't get us wrong, such a blessing. But also that came with a lot of late night random phone calls where we had to drop everything, what we were doing, and go help with stuff. So getting in the house and just feeling more settled. And then also my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, they literally moved like basically down the street from us. And yeah, they're our family, but they're also like our best friends, some of our best friends. So it's just so nice to live by each other. We go to the Y and shoot hoops together now, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like it's fun to have a little community.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, while this is still going, we will go into our lowlights or our learning experiences. So, do you want to go first on this one, or do you want?
Do you want me to get both of them?
Yeah, you could. It doesn't have to be long.
Okay.
You could tell like what they've taught you, like walking through them, what it's kind of taught you.
Okay. So I'd say one would be, which one am I go with? I'd say honestly the busyness of whenever we were in the process of building the house was kind of, it was just stressful. And it put a lot of tension on, I'll say, the family, like just potentially, you know, for at least a bit, some like relationship with my dad, just because he was helping build it. And there were some moments where it was just difficult, and some stretches where it was just like,
it was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Like a lot.
And just in those moments, like I guess just what I learned is just like, you know, things come to pass too. Like, you know, especially sometimes guys, they get riled up a little bit. But you just like, time sometimes heals that for guys. But also just like, I don't know, I'm not sure. I kind of blanked.
That was good.
I guess my second low light would be, it was kind of like a highlight at one point, then a low light, a high, low. But recently I got like let go from my job as of like a week and a half ago, which is kind of, I'm viewing it as a high and a low, but either like, no matter what, it still feels like a little bit, it's tough. But it's just kind of shifts things into perspective. That job was perfect for the busyness that the whole year had been. It was a fully remote thing. But, you know, I think now it's time for something new. So I'm just kind of, there was a sense of like, I'm just ready to see what it is next and kind of potentially give God a little bit of room to just help me figure it out. That's something I'm going to probably lean on and learn from these next couple months, is just what that looks like, of not, you know, putting too much pressure on it, but also, you know, making sure I'm praying about it and being open to whatever might come my way.
We're in like a big learning experience, I feel like right now. First time as adults, but specifically as a married couple, like facing adult things where literally one day, you know, your company's fine, and then the next day they're bankrupt, and then you get laid off your job, and we thought it was like a secure thing. So yeah, but explain how it was like a blessing though, and unless you don't want to.
What part of it would you say?
Just like literally the beginning of 2022, it was a huge blessing.
Oh, the job.
You're starting a job in like one of your dream industries.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, still am, like, had interest in like crypto, and I got this job opportunity, and I was looking for a job because I didn't want to go through another busy tax season while we were going to be getting ready for our wedding and even building the house. Like, I don't think I would have been able to handle a tax season with both those things.
Tax accountants work 80 hours a week in busy season.
And still like prioritize our relationship and other just like healthy things in my life. So this job came, and it was like, I mean, it was perfect for the longest time. It really wasn't too stressful. I had a lot of flexibility. And, you know, I would say the last kind of how many months it got pretty slow to where like I was probably ready for something new to come. It was just a matter of this kind of forced my hand then. But I'm just ready to see what's next.
Okay, I'll go into, that was good. We're expectant for where God's gonna lead this, you know, to and through. Obviously, there's a reason for it, because maybe that's for another video, but this is a very unique season in our lives, and God doesn't just, you know, nothing is a coincidence if you're a believer. I'm a firm believer in that. My two lowlights, the lighting is getting weird again, but whatever, we're gonna power through. My two lowlights, one of them came, so beginning of 2022, before we got married April 29th, 2022. So leading up to that, I lived at my parents' house, was saving some money. So grateful that they allowed me to live there, didn't have to pay a thing. But I was still commuting to my job. Also, living at my parents' was 45 minutes away from where Michael lived at the time in his apartment. And that was a really tough couple months. For about 8 months, I was doing that, 8-9 months, where I was living at my parents' house, but I was living out of a Nike bag. He knows it was just like a bag full of clothes. I wore the same outfits over and over, washed my clothes, like with either I would stop by his apartment, wash my clothes during the day, or my mom would throw them in real quick. And then my trunk was full of my shoes. And so like, I'm not saying that to say, oh, poor Jill, like you had to go through that. But that was an experience where I was living at my parents', but felt like I did not have a home at all. I was running, bouncing from place to place to place. And it was just from when you live in college and you get 4 years of independence and you're living on your own. I was, you know, fortunate enough to have a scholarship, so I had a dorm room, and then I lived with my friends in a house that we rented out. And then to graduate and go back to your parents' house, it's a very humbling experience. It was great though, saved some money through it, but very mentally draining at times and emotionally draining. And yeah, it was just really tough. Like once you're an adult, you want to move on past that. But also I just knew it was for a season. Once we got married, obviously I was going to live with Michael. So just had to power through for a little bit of time, but it did bring out the worst of me sometimes. So I would say, but definitely just had a lot of combos in the car with God though during those times. Like that was something, you know, I was working through a lot of things, maybe the ugly side of me that I just needed to feel convicted about. So he was working in that season, I can tell you that. Second low, and I don't want to, whatever, learning experience. Post grad has been very tough for me individually in terms of career. I am a person that likes to be the jack of all trades, and you know, it's hard for me to just like pick a path and go with it. And I've worked a couple jobs, felt like I've just been bouncing around a little bit, and I don't personally like that. Personally, I like to be, you know, I was an athlete. I was committed to a team always, like committed to Michael. I like to be committed and loyal, and I just feel like I haven't been able to do that in a job. So I think post-grad is a known topic and how it can be difficult, but I don't know if it's talked about enough to prepare college students in that big transition of life. I actually worked an internship after my graduation in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I was still living with amazing people. I had 7 other roommates that were just an amazing group of gals, and we became the best of friends. And then I left that and came back here, and I didn't have that anymore. And just, I love my job in Charlotte, and I came back, and I have liked my jobs here. I haven't necessarily like fallen in love, and I have found that maybe I'm putting too much of my identity in what I'm doing, just like how I was doing it as an athlete. And yeah, post-grad has just been very, very difficult for me. But I feel like, I don't know, I'm rounding the corner on that. There's just like, you gotta be content. You know, your job doesn't have to be who you are. It's just what you do to earn a living, and no matter what, wherever you're doing, you can serve the Lord in what you're doing and glorify Him. So just trying to hold that near and dear to my heart. Michael has been an absolute rock star to constantly remind me of that. And honestly, he's just had like a lot of empathy, compassion, but also like held me accountable in a lot of things. So but that has definitely been like a low light of this past year, is just figuring out post-grad and what this new adult life is like, not having college and stuff like that, trying to find like purpose in your career as well, and just feel like you're in the right industry and like in your sweet spot. So excited for 2023, and that goes along with my highlight, and just like running F45, because I feel like that's going to be a big sweet spot for me. So yeah. But that's kind of what we wanted to talk about in this video. Just 3 highlights, 2 lowlights of 2022, aka learning experiences. We have got to get to church soon for Christmas Eve service, but also I just want to let you guys know we're so grateful for you guys. We're trying to get this channel kind of up and back running now in 2023 as we move into it. Hopefully Michael will make some more appearances.
If she lets me.
I will, on this channel, just because he's got a lot of wisdom, and this would be a great opportunity for him to share it on here. And we're wanting to make more like faith-based family videos as well. At least that's our goal, so hold us to that. Our next video, whether it be both of us or just me or whatever, is I want to film what some of my goals are for 2023. I'm a big goal-oriented person, so I will be filming that, getting that up hopefully within like the first week of January. But other than that, I don't really have anything.
I don't have a whole lot either.
Do you?
Nothing else.
Bye guys, like and subscribe.
Bye.